Good people of YouTube, my name is Spanner and welcome back to another episode of Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars. We are in Ireland with George and we've spoken with all of these guys except for the violin player over there, since he doesn't really seem to listen to us, and the owner here. So let's speak with him.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
Oh.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
No. You're the first today.
Damn.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh no, I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
No reaction? Okay.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot. Do you recognize this matchbook?
No, sir.
May I borrow this towel?
Sure you can, on one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner, with the hygiene problem.
Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Oh, not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Aw, jeez.
It never works.
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism? Doyle.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
Look, I gotta be going.
Okay, we've spoken with everyone. Not really a lot of useful information. Hey, I found out who your ghost was.
Hey, McGuire.
What?
Do you know anything about Pegram's Dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
Did anyone from the village work at the dig?
Pegram bought some students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Lochmarn would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald says he's never been anywhere near the dig.
He's having you on, mister.
Oh, okay.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
I guess we're going back and speak with Oh, what's this?
I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move.
Can I use this? No. Okay, there's nothing else there. Okay, let's speak with Fitzgerald again.
Mr. Fitzgerald? McGuire says he saw you working at the dig. What's more, he saw you talking with Pegram.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefit at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he? So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
Marquet from Paris.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I just seen a big red.
Get out of here, McGuire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out! Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy, Michael.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
No one seems to care. Before we go out though, I've noticed the old man sometimes put the wire thing in here.
As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed his piece of wire.
Good. Now I have some wire.
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding me own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I. And I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass. But the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes. He
Was it a
dressed
clown?
like a bloody pixie.
Aha! It is Khan. Okay, what's this?
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Does it open this? No.
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
I saw Fitzgerald drop the package in here.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
What does this do, though? Not even with this wire? No. There's a switch, but what does the switch do?
I tugged at the trap. The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch.
But what does the switch do? Well, I can still go this way.
Hey, McGuire,
What?
did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but I'm not. Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
Maybe the package fell somewhere out of sight.
Maybe it did.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
It was a trap door in the sidewalk.
And I can't look inside.
I tugged at the trap door.
Okay, let's investigate over here, perhaps. Who are you?
Hi, do you speak English?
Well, now, what if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice. What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh, no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I'd put me money on the Ferrari.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous! I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Okay.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
I guess I can climb it or something. Anything else over here? I still need to find that package. But I guess we'll investigate the castle for now.
Pushing with all my strength got me nowhere. They didn't budge. I really need to start working out.
Shall we do a little hay climbing?
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
Out of reach.
I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
Maybe I can climb this now?
I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
Oh, maybe I can remove this. No wire. Aha! This is
I
finally...
inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
Finally useful again. Hey, it's a goat. Is this the ghost?
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
I guess I solved the puzzle somehow. That goat was vicious. Maybe it was preventing me from going down here? What about these stairs? Oh, that's the exit. Guess we're going down. Oh, this is an interesting place. What's in here? A statue, and there are 5... Are these buttons or something?
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
Oh, but I guess these
As
broke.
I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand. I placed my fingers in the 5 impressions left by the fallen stone. It was weird. They fit perfectly.
And I see something very similar right here. Let's pick this up. Whatever it is.
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was.
Cocaine?
Plaster of Paris.
Oh.
I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
Oh, maybe I need to make some form of cast. But it's a powder. Does it work like this?
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement.
Now what?
I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened.
Nothing happens.
The patch of sand where the statue had fallen was covered with a dense sprinkling of plaster.
Can I move this statue again? No. Maybe I need to find a way to turn this into a... make it more solid. I don't know how this works though.
I smoothed the...
Yeah. What about this?
I tried in vain to move the panel.
Is there anything else in
I
here?
reached into the sack, but it was empty.
What do I have?
It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Pegram's archaeology team.
Of course not. I think I might need some water or something. Where would I get it? Probably at the bar.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I could fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my idea, is it?
Well, if you need a professional electrician...
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvellous? Here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
All right.
When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug.
And nothing. Why did you leave?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
Well, I do have a wire.
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man, on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Okay, flashlight.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Well, I guess the thing up there must be open The grate, perhaps. Is this where the package fell?
I pulled the lever and the bolt creaked back into place. I pushed the lever.
I can't see any flashlight down here. Are you sure there was a flashlight down there?
Excuse me?
Yes, sir?
Look, I gotta be going.
Can I open this now? Aha!
I lifted the trap door and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
Damn, he even has a really creepy voice. Okay, maybe this got some light down
now
there.
I could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door. It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Okay. Now, can I get some water or something?
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water. It was the barman's flashlight.
Okay, I got a flashlight. Is there a glass or a bucket or something in here?
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Well, I'm an electrician, not a plumber. Can I take this guy's glass too?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
I found your flashlight.
So I see. You'd better keep hold of that until you fix the pumps.
Look, I gotta be going.
I need something. A way to get some liquid or something. And there really is nothing down here.
It was a large blue gemstone.
What am I supposed
It
to
was
do
a
here?
rusty faucet.
There's a faucet, but nothing to store the water in. Oh, maybe I can soak the towel.
The faucet creaked.
Aha.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I...
Yeah, okay. Back to the castle. Alright, plaster. Time to become solid.
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster. I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue.
Come on, there had to be an easier way to do this. With a glass. Or a bucket.
The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
Okay, the door is now open. But it's time to end the episode, so we will go down here next time. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed another episode of Broken Sword, and I'll see you all next time.